The Stage Door Show, celebrating the independent artist. With your host, Dave Hundell.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Stage Door Show tonight. This is Dave Hundell. My guest tonight just fell in love with her music, her stage presence, everything about what she's doing right now is really amazing, product that she's putting out there. She's from Vancouver, British Columbia, and she's been, an artist for quite a few years. I want to talk to her about what she's got coming up. She's got some new music that just dropped, so I'm going to bring her right now. So, Josephine, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's been, like I said, just really checked out a lot of your stuff. I really love it. And I want to go back to your debut single, La La. And just, as a music video director myself, I really fell in love with your video. Really, really well done. Just amazing work. And, and the song obviously was great too, but, just everything in combination together just really kind of hooked me in. So talk about your debut single and really talk about the video, because I really want to know how that came to be and, how you shot that, because it was really, really, like I said, well done.
I mean, it was a very much at home. Obviously, it was COVID.
Yeah.
Right. So really, this entire EP, which will all be out very soon as a whole, but Lala was the first one that I released on this EP. It all is just a project from COVID. I obviously life can get so crazy that actually having the time to do an entire album because I actually am blessed enough, outside of being an individual artist, I am a full-time gigging singer. So finding the time to actually record an album while you're singing all the time for your job can be very difficult, especially with vocal rest and wanting it to be perfect in those recordings. So when COVID happened and I actually had weeks on end where I wasn't singing publicly, as hard as that was, it was very much a take a step back. So we're able to actually put out my art for once instead of just performing as a professional. And Lala was, I basically wrote it about being a performer and being an artist as a woman in this industry. There's so many boxes that people want to put you in all the time.
Yeah.
And especially being a performer regularly all the time, people telling me how I'm supposed to be dressed, how I should even be singing. I do have a more low resonant tone voice as well, which I even sometimes feel the need to be higher. So I don't you want to sound more like the mainstream pop instead of this. And I've just had so many insecurities with that throughout my career. And I wanted a song that sounded very upbeat and happy, but pushing women to the Lord Lala basically was my way of saying whatever that Lala is for you, whatever that box is for you, you don't have to be in it.
Right.
Kind of thing. Because I've always thrived the best when I do put that all aside. And I know that's a cliche kind of thing to say, but really people like authenticity and they want to see really who you are. And if you're trying to be somebody else or trying to fit in these boxes constantly that everyone's handing you, I don't really think you'll ever get anywhere, because no one will resonate with you and no one will be able to find their own authenticity. Because I feel personally, when you actually behave authentically, it gives other people permission to be authentic as well. And that's kind of what I wanted this song to be. Yeah. So the music video, it was very fun to do. Again, very COVID project. It was just me and some friends and my ex-partner at the time who did it, who also actually produced the song with me.
Sure.
He did all the production on that as well. We basically rented a warehouse and it just came, it kind of pulled from the inspos were kind of old pop punk videos kind of thing. Right. I was definitely very much am a pop rock person. I love having a full band of instruments and not to shame anybody with pop who needs a lot of tracks and stuff, but I really thrive as a performer and artist when I feel the energy of actual instruments. And that's where a lot of that pop punk rock kind of came out in me. And because it was my first music video I was putting out there, we wanted it to be fun and light and show that we didn't necessarily have the budget to put out something big, but that you can still have fun and still really portray your art in the best way possible. But it was really fun to do. And I really wanted the bright colors to show the outgoing personality, show the just be big and loud and over dramatic and like kind of take kitschy parts of other music videos. And I just wanted I wanted it to be fun but impactful.
Well, it was. I mean, the creativity was amazing, and and just also watching a lot of your other videos. We talked about this before we recorded, but you also did a lot of work with some of the professional teams. Vancouver Canucks and some of the other professional teams in Vancouver. And I mean, you had packed arenas that you were performing in front of. I mean, talk about that, because I know you perform a lot in front of people, but that's kind of a one-off. I mean, I would imagine that to have like 18,000 people in an arena like that, it's got to be a rush.
It's like an addictive rush. It's very much like, and I have been very blessed the past few years to have worked with a lot of the sports teams in Vancouver. So that's the Vancouver Canucks, the Vancouver Warriors, and the BC Lions are like our three main sports teams. Right. I'm just going to get the soccer. I just need Whitecaps now.
Yeah.
Well, I'll try and get in there. But I've been very blessed to work with them all. Basically what happened, what started this whole journey with working with these teams is I am an individual business owner in the sense that people just hire me.
Sure.
You can hire me as a vocalist and I will put a band around me. Yeah. But I also worked at a nightclub in Vancouver. That's a very, very well-known, popular nightclub called the Roxy Cabaret.
Roxy Cabaret, yeah.
Yes, I am no longer there now, but I was there for 7 years. Yeah. And it was a wonderful platform to be seen, to be, and just honestly fantastic practice for performing with a large audience on a regular basis. And I became addicted to performing through that job, 100%. Yeah. But basically there are coordinators, obviously, so there's sports teams. And because the Roxy is a popular bar, they would come into the Roxy on like after a big game or whatever reason they'd be there. And they would come up to me and be like, how can we hire you? And I'd be like, well, initially you have to go through the Roxy. And so they started hiring the Roxy for these like smaller gigs. I just ended up, I really got along with these women who were hiring the bands. They appreciated my performance abilities, and then they started hiring just me. And so I just do my own music as well as covers between like periods. And it is just insane. Rogers Arena is 19,000 people, and that was
crazy.
You black out. Yeah,
that's nuts.
I've become more comfortable with it. Luckily, I mean, like that's actually one thing that I love about it is that it gives me this practice to learn how to own a stage of that magnitude. Because going from like 300 to 500 people weekly to 19,000, it is different. You need to be able to command like the stage differently. You want to reach as many people
bigger
as
space.
Possible.
Absolutely.
Yeah, own a space while also like wanting people to engage in said space.
Right.
And it's been really great doing it so many times now, because like the first time you're just like, that was a rush, that was incredible. But instantaneously I'm like, I need to do that again.
Yeah. And I talked to a lot of people that did arena shows, and they said the same thing, like petrified to get up to the first time. But then as soon as they left the stage, they want to go right back on the stage again.
Oh, you're like, it's over?
Like, what? Yeah, it's like crazy. But let me talk to you about this, because this is really important. Because I knew a lot of Broadway singers, and we talked about vocal rest. I heard you mention that, but you sing so much as a profession. That is your profession. So talk about vocal and the importance not only of vocal rest, but also like what you're putting into your body to make sure your voice is always ready. Because I look at Brian Luttrell from Backstreet Boys right now, and he's got a condition where his vocal cords are being strangled essentially whenever he sings.
Oh, nightmare.
Yeah. So talk about how to avoid something like that. Because I know people who belt, they have to be careful, because you can form nodules on your vocal cords if you're not careful. So how do you take care of your voice? Talk about that, because that's important.
So saving my voice and voice health is like my whole world. You can ask my partner, my family, like it is everything. Like it's part of my daily discussion to how I treat my body, like what I put in my body. I always make sure I get I sleep. Sleep is a big deal.
Right.
If I have a show, the next day, and like even last week I was feeling a little sick, and instantly I'm like prioritizing sleep and sleep, what you eat, drinking so much water, but also making sure that water is like filled with electrolytes, because sometimes I feel like a lot of singers, they're concentrating on drinking so much water to hydrate, but like you don't realize that if there aren't appropriate minerals in that water, you're actually not hydrating yourself anyway. And that was a big shift when I actually started mineralizing my water properly. I really noticed a difference in my vocal cord health, like, or just the lubrication of it staying moist, like staying hydrated. Warm-ups, immensely important when singers, I mean, maybe if you're doing like a quick show and it's like 3 songs, whatever. Yeah. But like if I'm doing like a night, which like when I was at the Roxy 4 days a week, I'm doing 4 sets. Yeah. And I'm singing majority of the sets. And if I'm not singing, I'm harmonizing. So like if I'm not doing a full blown warm up, which means like 10 to 15 minutes of like lip rolls and scales, and then it's not that you can't get through the night, you can just feel a difference. Yeah. And it'll definitely affect you the next morning. It's just, you have to think about your voice almost like it's not like it's a marathon. Like you really do, like the long-term care is really important. Yeah. And
it's like stretching. It's like stretching your body for like an athlete. You're doing the same 100%. Thing with your throat, right?
Mm-hmm. And also, like, as I said, like if I'm like really tired, there'll be weeks where I'm like, I can feel that my falsetto is not as strong. Like your soft palate's always the first to go when you're vocally tired. I won't talk. I'll be like, I'm having a vocal rest day, and I will literally not speak. Which is
I know a lot of Broadway artists do that. They don't talk until like their showtime or just before showtime. They'll not say anything to anybody all day long, and because they have to. And I mean, you think about 8 shows a week, and that's, you know, you do something similar, I'd imagine, you know, with your, you know, and your songs. Watching your music, it's really powerful music. It's not, I mean, pop rock. It's not, you're not singing ballads. I mean, you're stressing your voice.
And I enjoy singing that way. I like how I'm not that I don't appreciate that a lot of pop is a lot more gentle now. Yeah. But I miss like the early 2000s when girls we're having like the Kelly Clarkson.
I love it too. Yeah, I love that music too. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of that. Yeah. And like when I saw you perform, I'm like, that's the kind of music I love to listen to. But again, you know, it's thinking about your vocal health, you know, that's because we have a lot of people that listen that are actually artists themselves, and so we always look to give advice on different things.
Fitness, taking care of your body is massive. Yeah, really. Like I work out regularly. I eat very clean. And it's not just about my voice. Overall, it is just body health. Like unfortunately, when you're a singer, like if your body gives out, like you can't help that. Like it's not like when you have a cold and you just go to work, like it affects me massively. So obviously I just really take care of what I put in my body. I make sure I work out regularly. I really pay attention to this region. If I even get a tickle, I'm paying attention. If I and I have different things that I like to have on hand. Like I usually have this one vocal, this cough syrup. It's called Nim Jam. Okay. And it's like this heavy molasses, like honey, like herbal syrup, and
coats your throat.
Oh gosh. And like I would use this if I feel even like a little bit of tickle, just because it's really good. All the herbs in it are very good for your body anyway. Sure. But there's a night where I have like, I need to finish this set, and like my voice is thrashed, and I'm like, oh no, I could take a swig of this stuff and be like, I can get through. Like there's something about, like, if for any singer out there who's having a rough go or needs to get through a gig, Nim Jam and hot water, and you will be fine.
Where do they sell it? Anywhere?
I mean, I used to be able to not get it before, when I like years ago, because I've been using it for years. Yeah. And I used to be able to only get it in like Asian culture, like health stores and stuff.
Oh, okay, right.
But now Shoppers Drug Mart just started selling it,
or Amazon.
Which is hilarious,
right?
Or honestly, and so it's funny. I think it just became like more popular in some way, shape, or form. So you actually can find it places now, but it is like a kept secret. Because like I remember, because I actually did when you bring up Broadway, I started singing in musical theater.
Sure.
Which I will attest to a lot of like some of my vocal abilities. Like sometimes even people who are musical theater will hear me sing and they'll be like, you were a musical theater.
Right. You can tell.
Yeah. Like my vibrato, my belting, how theatrical I am, period. Talking. Like people can just
it was good training for you, right? It was
fantastic training though. Yeah. Like the stamina, I can fill like mic. Before I learned mic control, like when I started doing like work that wasn't just like face mic'd because it was musical theater. Like I had to learn how to like, because like
Right.
belting was like what I've done since forever. And
Sure.
I do like how empowering it feels to do so. And of course I like singing all different ways, but as it reflects in my music, like a damn good power note feels really great.
Yeah, right, for sure. Yeah, and I also want to talk about your new single, Up and Away, that was released on February 28th, so just newly released. Talk about that single, Up and Away, and how that came to be. How did you write that? And, how is that going so far? Because it's been about a weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I love this song very, very much. And I feel like this song and the next song I have coming were like my two favorites that I feel like been like holding on to like a little nest egg almost. Like, just like, but yes, it's called Up and Away. I actually wrote this song with my sister. My sister's quite the lyricist. It basically, we were both in partnerships at the time that, when you have such like faith and potential in somebody, even when they don't see it.
Yeah.
And I love this song because it's so filled. Like if you actually listen to the lyrics, it can be taken quite sad in a sense, but like, I think it's so beautiful when someone sees such intense potential in somebody. And even if they basically is like, I know you don't see this, but I see everything in you. And I literally, when it says like, you're so mad, I could catch on fire, but like, I'll burn with you. It's like, sure. I'm here with you in this dark time.
You're so high, I could fall forever, but I'll fly away with you. You're so caught in the stormy weather, but we'll be sailing soon. Yeah, I know, I feel it too. Yeah, I know, I feel it too. You're so sad, I could cry a river that's floating to the blue. You're so mad, I could catch on fire, but I will burn with you. Yeah, I know, I feel it too. Yeah, I know, I feel it too. So hang in there, baby, just wait. Don't let go, don't you know? You amaze me, take it up, pull me close. So scared I get hide wherever as long as I'm with you. You're so deep I can feel the pressure, but a diamond's coming soon. Yeah, I know I feel it too. Yeah, I know I feel it too. So hang in there, baby, just wait. Don't let go, don't you know?
And look at yourself how I look at you, like there's nowhere but up from here.
Right.
And it's
seeing the potential in somebody.
Yeah. And like and it's unfortunate that like the people that my sister and I wrote this about didn't pan out. But right. It was, I had immense faith in this person. Hopefully in their own journey they find their own path. But at the time it was my like love song with this person and being like, just hold on. Sure. And the passion in it was real. Like I really did have so much faith in this person becoming everything they could possibly be. So I wanted it to be kind of like when it says like the baby won't give up on you, baby. I wanted that like chant, like upbeat, like this is happy, this is good. Like just come with me in this energy vibe. And so finally now it's out and my sister and I are super proud of it. And I love the production on it. I love like one of my favorite things on it, just so random, but I love the tribal drums in it. Yeah.
Well, I've always liked those anyway. That's nice. They're always a nice touch. And what's your sister's name so we can give her a shout out?
Isabel Walker.
Isabel Walker.
Yeah, she's another little singer, actress, and songwriter here in Vancouver.
Great.
And she's now doing her own music as well too. I mean, as songwriters do, they always start with something they're doing other people's, and then
100%.
I got to do it. So like, I really love writing with my sister. She's a great little writer. But yeah, so Up and Away, it's been out for a week, as you said. And it's been honestly probably one of my favorite releases. I feel like this song is, Lala was probably the most popular overall because I just feel like people really get connected with the upbeat, happy tune.
Yeah.
But I would say Up and Away, like Up and Away is the first song that I've like written and finished in production, where like when I first listened to it with like the headphones on, I actually like cried because I was like, this, you never know how project's going to land when you start it. Like,
I mean, it's a spiritual experience. It really is. And people that don't, you know, artists, when they see something come to fruition that they had as a thought in their brain, and then you actually see it either in music or on screen or whatever. I mean, it's you can't describe the feeling. It's like it's a religious experience. It really is.
Oh, and it was.
Crazy.
And the song for me was, and it's not that all the other songs didn't land how I wanted them to. It's just they all took different tour, but this one actually, like how I pictured in my head, somehow came to fruition how I pictured it. And so like when I heard it the first time, like done, I like burst into tears. I was like, I can't believe this actually landed the way that I am, like from beginning to end, the way I imagined it. Because I find so many other songs just take detours and you like never know where it's going to land. But like this one, it was like the dream I had for it fully came to fruition. And everyone's just been so kind about it. And like, and regardless of what happens with music, I put it out there, not for, and I genuinely mean this, not that it's shameful to look for success or fame or anything. It's not at all.
Right.
But I love what I do. I love performing. It's everything to me. And even if I was to go no farther than I have right now, I would still know that this is what I'm supposed to do. This is exactly where
fulfilling.
But this song I feel like is one that people have been really like, I have like a lot of faith in this song. And I think this song will go a little farther than my others have, just purely because I feel like people can feel like the upbeat, like love and happiness and like faith in the sense of like feeling faith in other people. And I feel like right now is the time where you want to feel faith in other people. It's an interesting time.
100%. Interesting is an understatement. Yeah.
I know.
Especially down here.
Oh, wild. You guys are having its time. Just wild.
Oh my God. Anyway, that's for another show. But you have 70,000 followers on TikTok, which is amazing. You know, so talk about the growth that you've had on that social media platform and the importance of, I guess, marketing yourself and how often do you put material out, and it seems to resonate with people.
Well, my TikTok following actually, for me, a lot of like, I need to be better at posting, but my biggest thing for me has been living. People really do. I TikTok live a lot.
Okay.
Especially when I was at the Roxy. I started living my performances on stage. So 4 sets a night. When I was there, I would just put the camera on the side and
That's cool.
People really took to it. Yeah. And it, honestly, I would fully say that all the following I have did build from that, really.
Sure.
And again, I really do think it's just one of my biggest goal in performing. And this is outside the artistry of like songwriting. One of my favorite things about performing live is that when you're like in this nightclub environment and you have an audience in front of you, everyone's there to like have fun and most of the time not think about anything else.
Right. Exactly. Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and like
to escape their daily lives.
Exactly.
Right,
really
exactly.
though. Like whether you're like whatever you're trying to like do for yourself.
Yeah.
Like even if it's just to make a memory. But like the point is you're looking to feel good.
Right. Exactly.
And I truly do believe as a performer, like even what the manager at the Roxy would always say, like as the lead singer, he would look at me like, you're the host of the party. He's like, it doesn't matter what we're all doing, but like you need to be the host of the party. They're looking at you. And like I took that seriously. And I realized 100%. And also I'm just like, I'm a very happy person. My entire life I've been told to be quieter, to be less, to be smaller. And honestly, I'm not even kidding. It was something I was so insecure about even growing up.
Yourself,
And this is that stage, outside of performing period, of course, but a lot of times in musical theater, you're acting, you're being somebody else. This stage, I was being me. And it was the first space where someone was like, be everything.
Right.
Don't be smaller, be big, be loud. Right. And the first time I realized that if I put 100% into a show, I'm getting 100% back from that crowd. Nothing worse when someone's like, the crowd's met tonight. And I'm like, well, are you giving them everything? Because people can feel that.
They're creating the mood and the vibe for the whole place. 100%.
It really is an exchange. And if I'm giving my all to these people, most of the time, if I'm, let's say I give 100% on that stage, I'm getting a minimum of 75% back.
Right.
Maybe some party poopers out there, but like majority of the time, like that is like, and that exchange is everything to me. And like having people see that, like, I can like just sometimes see someone who maybe started on the dance floor like a little bit shyer, which wasn't maybe singing along a little bit, wasn't going. And then by the time you're finished a song, they are in it.
Yep.
And they are like singing and dancing, and there's so much, like their energy has just been heightened. Their vibration has been heightened, all because of like the happiness I'm trying to put out there.
Right.
And seeing that shift in someone through my performance means like the absolute world to me. It's more than addictive, bringing people joy. And it's more than an adrenaline rush, seeing a whole room come together because of the music you're putting out there.
We talked about, creating a piece that's a spiritual experience, when it's all done, but you have the ability to do that each night when you're out there, and you're getting, it's almost like musical theater, which you're used to, but you're getting immediate reaction from the crowd, which I think a lot of people that don't have that experience, if they only record and they don't perform live, you're missing a lot from that experience with human beings, other human beings that you're affecting at that moment, and they're reacting to you. So it's got to be like the best feeling in the world.
Oh, it's the human experience part of it. Like, I like writing. I mean, I love writing, don't get me wrong, but like, if someone asks me hands down, like, what's your favorite part about being a singer, being an artist? I know that everyone has their area they thrive, and everyone has their area that is their favorite. Like, my sister's songwriting, she loves songwriting, and I do love it, but there's no feeling like performing to a crowd, especially like a good crowd. Like, not everyone gets a bum crowd now and then, don't get me wrong, you don't know what's happening their day.
Sure.
But when you get a good crowd, like, I can't even explain how good it is. And I push any artists out there who haven't taken that step to perform their art in public, or even just to stretch the muscle of performing in public. I did not start this way. I've always been loud and always wanted to be out there and perform and stuff. But like, I still remember when I first started doing this cover work, and it was a little more intimidating because I was just myself. I wasn't an actress. I wasn't on broad, like, you know what I mean? I wasn't doing a character. I was me. And that is a little more vulnerable.
Right.
But it's like a muscle like anything else. And like, just get out there and perform in front of people, connect with people, become addicted to spreading your music. Become like, I also think it'll help with songwriting, because you see what people connect with, and you see what people like resonate with, and you see what feels good putting out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've definitely even written songs where I've sang them publicly. I'm like, oh, I didn't really like singing that. Like, for some reason that didn't like feel as good in person as I thought it would. And I'd be like, maybe that's not the right song for me. Like, it's performing publicly is a part of being an artist. And I really push people who are too shy to take that leap. Like, there are people who want to listen to you.
Right.
Everyone in the room, no. But that's always the case.
Well, everybody's got different tastes too. And, I equate it to this, I talked about this on a show one time, because, not everybody's going to love your stuff. And that's one of the things I tell artists, it's like, just be yourself. People will come to you if they like it. If they don't, they'll stay away. It doesn't mean they hate it. It's just because it's not their thing. But you have, I don't know if you saw on social media, there's like, is this a gold dress or a blue dress? If people see it differently. I think that's art. It's like people see things differently. They hear things differently, and they see things differently. And it's not because they have bad taste. It's just because it's just how they see things differently. They hear things differently, see things. So I think as an artist, if they understand that, like independent artists and new people that are just starting out, you have to understand that you're not going to please every single person.
No, it's all perspective, and it's all life experience. And you don't know what I will say, one of the most interesting things too about putting your own music out there, I'm sure every artist can resonate with this, is you write a song about something and then hearing the interpretation someone else has of it. Right. And you're like, that's not even how I meant it, but I'm so happy that
different
that
arrangement. Yeah,
exactly.
Because
like, that's like, as I said, it's all perspective, and like how someone else has been raised or what else someone else has been through. And like when I even like we say this whole social media thing, like one of the biggest things I will say about performing that is done for me is like I actually now social media is always like one of those spaces where being self-conscious, it's a part of it. You're gonna have your good days, your bad days.
Mm-hmm.
You don't care at all the days that you care so much. But through performing live as much as I have, it's really important to like honestly not give two like you can't like true. And if you do, it not only hurts you, but it hurts your art, and like it will make it so your work doesn't get to the people it's supposed to.
Right.
Because like this one guy recently even, and this would have broke my heart like years ago. I would have been devastated by this, but some guy commented something really mean under one of my reels recently. And like years ago, I would have been like devastated, deleting the app. Oh my God. And like now I like read this and I was like, I read this and I like laughed at it. And even my boyfriend was like, that's mean. I was like, this doesn't upset me at all, because I even responded to the guy, and I never respond, but I just felt the need to respond to this person to be like, honestly, like if you don't like it, it genuinely just isn't meant for you.
Right. Exactly.
Like swipe on, because the people who like are meant to, like, I only want people looking at this who like it, or not look at it, but like the only like you don't have to like it, and it doesn't bother me that you don't like it.
But some people feel compelled that they have to tell.
I know that's always like I'm like I don't even have time to go grocery shopping. You have time to send these messages.
I'm just amazed at sometimes people what they respond to, instead of just moving on and just like, oh, okay, it's not for me. Move on.
Like
I gotta tell her I don't like it. Yeah.
The one thing that I find so funny, I'm like the one thing like I even got this girlfriend who's on TikTok as well, and she's like, I love the trolls. She's like, as soon as they comment, they're letting my video play over and over and over again. And over
get more hits.
She's like, I'll even answer controversial, so they'll keep the fight going, because it's just making my content go.
100%. You know, and let's look down the road 5 years or so, or 3 to 5 years, however long. It could be tomorrow. But let's say you hit something viral and it makes you like a worldwide star, because social media can do that. So but how do you handle a situation like that? Because if it's you're thrust into fame as an artist, which could happen anytime. So how do you handle a situation like if you're thrust into fame like overnight type of thing? How would you handle that situation?
With an immense amount of gratitude.
Yeah.
And I really do. I practice gratitude daily, because it is really easy to get lost in small negative things that even happen to you, especially when you're stressed out. But like, if I was blessed enough for something like that to happen to me, who you spend your time with and surround yourself with in those kind of moments where you're thrust into opportunities that can change the trajectory of your life, who you surround yourself with and spend your time with is immensely important.
100%.
And I've learned that lesson hardcore throughout my career. And I do think that I'm maybe not as far along as I would be, as a performing artist.
Yeah.
I've done very well for my city, and I'm very grateful for the work that I get here.
Right.
As you're saying, as like an artist with my own music, I do think I could have been farther along if I'd made better choices about who I spent my time with. And now that's lessons. Everyone's meant to learn their lessons when they learn them, and you can't change anything. So just owning it, and moving forward is the most important.
Yeah.
But again, like, it is so shocking how much spending time with somebody of high vibration who has your best interest at heart and your same moral values, which doesn't mean that mine are right or wrong. Everyone has their own morals and their own things that make them feel good and grounded. But having that aligned with other people is very important. It makes it so you thrive. It makes it so your confidence is up, your vibration is up, your overall attitude that you're putting out to the world is up. And it also is good to have people keep you in check of like reminding you of why you're doing what you're doing. I feel like it'd be really easy to get lost in like the social media side of things, which is still really important. It's what gets artists nowadays out there, and it is a wonderful platform for that, but it is also, as we said, easy to get lost in the negativity of it all. I'm sure it would be beyond overwhelming. I do actually now and then tell myself, like, if I was to have something like that happen, like, how would you handle it? And like, I just know that I would want to be very patient and grateful and close knit again with who I have around me, and make sure people are keeping me grounded and open-minded to new challenges. I can't express enough how you can get in your head about not wanting to move forward in challenges purely because you don't know, but you don't know you can do something until you try.
Yeah, and if you're comfortable, then you're not trying hard enough. The way I look at it, you're not
Honestly,
growing. If you're not comfortable, you're comfortable, right?
Death. Yeah. Comfort is absolute, and that 100%. Sounds so dramatic.
Just in life, period. Yeah.
Honestly, genuinely, yes. There's not one area of life where if you're completely comfortable, you're probably not moving forward. But like specifically, obviously, because this is my realm of my work and when you're an artist, it's all consuming. There's not like music is my whole world. Yeah. And if I'm comfortable, which I did have a period of comfortability, like even like 6 months ago, I was like, this is not good. I'm so comfy. I like needed to change my entire set list. I needed to like start writing new songs. Like I needed to be uncomfortable. And like, I am excited for that stage. Like, and I always say like, if that happened to me, like, let's be real. I want that to happen to me. What artist doesn't want to have that like Chapel Roan blow up moment? Everybody wants that. And I hope that when I say when, you know,
I got that.
I hope when that happens for me, that through all my lessons I've had so far, that I will handle it with grace and patience and gratitude, and really hopefully stay grounded and make sure that what I want to actually put out there stays that way, and I don't get pushed in the wrong direction by wrong people again. I hope I've learned my lesson in that way.
That's well said. I love how you put that, because a lot of people go down the wrong path with the wrong people. Keep your circle small, but keep it to the people that support you 100%. Never compromise your art. So I think that was well said. So going towards the end here, right, there's a couple questions left, but one of the things I wanted to ask is to give our listeners an idea of how they can find you on social media and how they can check your, what you're working on right now and some of the work that you already had done.
Well, social media as it is. So my music is all, my Instagram and TikTok are both Josephine _ music. Spotify.
So two underscore musics or
two
just
underscores,
one? Two.
Double
okay.
underscore.
Got it. Okay.
It was going to be one, but someone else took
Somebody had it.
And she won't answer me. So that is my TikTok and Instagram. And then Spotify, of course, is just my Josephine, my artist name. I am more than grateful for the people that follow me and support me as it is now, and anybody else who resonates with me or finds me even through this interview or any other way. Come join me on my journey. It's a pretty out there time. We have a good time.
Well, you're definitely going to love Josephine. Her stage presence is amazing, like I said. And just check out her music videos on YouTube and latest single, Up and Away. Before we go, I'm going to ask you this question. When it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want to leave behind to your fans when it's all said and done?
To be unapologetically yourself, no matter what. No matter what. My biggest regret in life was letting people convince myself I had to be smaller. There is enough space for everybody. And if there isn't, make yourself space.
Love that.
Because you can.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I wish I had done that sooner. I wish that I had allowed myself to be as big as I am and not tell myself that I need to be smaller, because I'm as big as I should be and I'm probably going to get bigger. So get out of my way.
I love it. I love that. All right. I love that. Love that so much. Well, thank you for being on the show, Josephine. I really appreciate your time. Absolutely. And best of luck to you and your new single, Up and Away. So everybody check that out on all streaming platforms. And, can't wait to have you on the show again. So again, best of luck to you.
Thank you so very much. I really appreciate it. And everybody go listen to Up and Away, please. And thank you. And hopefully see you guys again soon.